Which camera do I look at?
Either one. Just you're gonna be moving around, so just look in this relative area. Maybe talk to each other as well. It's just kind of like as long as you have like the forward facing kind of. There's like a.
I mean, the mic's over there. So.
Yeah, that too.
Hey,
so
microphone.
I'll try not to like block it
It'll be
from y'all, but.
Alright, so we are live. You guys can go ahead.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Global Game Jam with the Center for Games and Interactive Media. I'm one of the interns for Center for Games. My name is Zane. I'm a fourth-year Green Bay student, going to be graduating in the spring. And here I have Daniel and Cody, two game jammers from the area that have decided to participate this year. So, if you two could introduce yourself, like say something niche about yourself, like how's your day going, all that stuff, and we can get on rolling.
funny you mention it. I can go first, of course. My name's Daniel. I graduated from UWGB last year, so now I graduated with my computer science degree. I got really interested into game jams from my professor Ben. He runs the game studies kind of department, and so with that, he invited me in. At first, I had no intent of doing a game jam. I thought it was too much work. I thought it was too stressful, and I was proven wrong when a friend decided to go with me, and I did not want him to do better than me.
Alright, and I'm Cody. I also graduated last year from UWGB and majoring in computer science. And this is my second game jam. The crunch time it's a little intimidating, but it's incredibly fun. A lot of great people. A lot of individuals with completely different skills coming together to create something. Some of my passions are maybe some writing, some art here and there, programming, and game design is just kind of a great way to bring it all together and then learn from a lot of different people. I get people that met someone yesterday that software engineer for like 20 years. It's first time doing game jam, so a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds that you can really grow from.
Excellent, yeah. What this event really allows people to do is not only do we create games, we also create connections, which is very vital for people in the video gaming world. People that want to create video games, it's just connections are vital. And as a writer, I have no experience with computer science. I almost pursued a degree, believe it or not, but I had to give it up because calculus just proved to be a little too taxing on my part. So I applaud you both for braving those math courses. I could simply not. So let's get the ball rolling. What is your game this year?
Right. So right now it's a first-person shooter where we're basically making things explode. And that's boiling it down to it.
Yeah, with the theme of fun, I couldn't think of anything more fun than absurdity, randomness, and awkward situations. And those are kind of the three catalysts that made me think, like, what if we had a game where you just felt like you were having fun blowing stuff up?
All right, yeah, we all love explosions here. It's like, I just got done talking about how I like to play games with minimal impact on the real world. Like, we could have explosions or we could break the law in games, and it's just that freedom. And I don't know if that raises some red flags in Zane here, but I mean, yeah. Hey, I love games that allow me to do that. Do you have like any inspirations like coming into this project?
Yeah, I can kind of say we had a razor that we pitched with, and it's a very nice razor. It is Goat Simulator meets the Stanley Parable with a gun. And if you don't know, Goat Simulator and the Stanley Parable are two very different games. But the Goat Simulator, the part where we inspired from that is the wacky physics, the ragdolling stuff, and just this random, like, obscenity that ensues. And then, of course, the Stanley Parable is, now I haven't really played that much. I've seen demos of it, our writers that played it. So it's more of like a cryptic kind of narrator-like adventure where you go through puzzles and paths and have a lot of fun doing that. And then the gun.
Yeah. So initially when you said the Stanley Parable, I thought about like the narrator character, Are you planning to incorporate that kind of aspect of the Stanley Parable, or is it going to be more of the randomness of the game?
It's it's kind of the randomness of the game, and then whatever things we think of like kind of on the spot. So like one of our writers, he's got some fun quotes. I don't know what he's really got in store for me yet, because we're all kind of like doing our own little things. But when it all comes together, I'm gonna be kind of finding out with you guys as well when you play the game.
Yeah, we have a big team, and I want to mention this.
Yeah.
We definitely have the biggest team here, and I know every single person on the team now. Like, I knew them before I came in, and it's just crazy that, like, I was a bit intimidated at first because I kind of took on more of a leadership role with all these people, but since I was able to know them and know their strengths, we've been able to divide up tasks pretty well, and we've accomplished a lot so far. And I'm excited to see how much more we can accomplish before the deadline.
Incredible. Yeah, I've noticed like a couple of familiar faces just by walking around in the halls of GB. Are you all GB alum in that group, or are there some wild cards in the group too?
All but one of us is an alumni.
Yeah.
Two or three.
Yeah, I know that we have one group member who's still in high school, and he's a friend that I know from outside. I saw him actually at an older game jam, at the Game On Green Bay Game Jam, and when I saw that he was doing a game jam, it's like, hey, you coming to this one? And yeah, he joined our team.
Incredible. Yeah. So you went to the one back in November, correct? How was that?
I didn't go to that. I
Okay.
was at the very end of that one. I just went to see the games that people pitched. I would have liked to, but I couldn't get off of work for that long. That game jam being 72 out, not 48 hours. It was like
Yeah.
4 days long, and that was a bit less achievable for me. I'd love to do something like that in the future, maybe if I had better planning or had more of an idea. It's a different experience than this that I'm used to. This, I didn't mention it earlier. This is my third game jam, so
All right. Welcome back.
thank you.
And Cody, how many game jams have you done?
So this is my second one.
Okay.
Yeah, the 48 hours is definitely a little rough, but it's super fun. It's a great excuse to stay up until 4 or 5 in the morning, and chugging coffee and eating whatever pizza and stuff that they got here. But it's a good time. It's a good learning experience.
Yeah. The
Second game.
pizza was actually surprisingly good last night. I was very pleasantly surprised that it was still warm when I got to it. But yeah, let's go back to inspirations. So if you had to pick one game from just your entire life that you just were inspired by, whether it was to inspire you to do computer science or something along those lines, what would you pick? Like the number one game?
I would go with Command and Conquer, old school RTS. I love the narrative of it, of the original Tiberian Dawn. So it's a great storyline, very fun gameplay, and excuse me.
You're
Did I
good.
get water?
Oh,
Okay.
you don't have water.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, and I started off by modding, doing a lot of modding for the game. That's kind of what got me into kind of designing my own things, and eventually leaned towards the interest in software development. But ultimately, the Command and Conquer got me into customizing and design and whatnot.
All right.
For me, I think one of the games that inspires me the most, I love Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64. That's a game I can always go back to. I've 100%ed it multiple times, and there's just something about the movements, the level design, the flow, the difficulty. There's everything just hits perfectly besides the camera, and that's fixable. The game has aged tremendously well, considering other games of the time, And I think a lot of the principles that it set up as being one of the first 3D platformers really helped me think about what it did well and what it could have done better. It's by no means perfect, but it was great at the time, and it still holds up today.
Yes, Mario 64 was one of the things that defines what 3D platformers are like today. So that is a great example right there. So, one last question for y'all. Is there anything that you would like to plug while you're up here? Maybe you're building a career after graduating, or maybe you have like an idea, or just anything in general. Like, how do we find you if you want that?
Well, I'm kind of like a ghost when it comes to my presence online. You look for me on LinkedIn, I suppose, is probably the easiest way to get to me. Otherwise, I'm kind of just floating around doing like little personal projects or projects with friends here and there. LinkedIn if you're interested at all.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your full name?
Oh yeah, Cody Rogers.
How do you
Yeah.
spell Rogers?
Rogers. Nodi.
Nodi. All right. So yeah, I'd recommend one of the easiest ways to get a hold of a lot of the people is just check out the games when they're done. They're going to be uploaded to the site probably. Last year they were, and then after that they're uploaded on. I know I always upload my games on itch.io. You can follow me on itch.io at DankDekuScrub. That's DankDekusk, not a C, RUB. And from there, I post a lot of my projects there. Otherwise, if you want to be more professional, follow me on LinkedIn. Maybe give me a job. You can do that through my actual. You can do that through LinkedIn. Daniel Haller, DanielHaller, just on LinkedIn. Here in Green Bay, software development, all that junk, tech things.
All right. Well, thanks, Daniel and Cody. We appreciated you taking the time away from your project to talk to us for a little bit. I'm Zane Petrie. This is the CGIM Center for Games and Interactive Media, and we'll be interviewing people throughout the rest of the afternoon. Thanks for watching. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Appreciate it, Zane.